If you're anything like me, you have a huge fear of failure. Not just any type of failure, right? But failing after you've genuinely given it your best effort. So, have you ever had a thought that just won't leave your head? A thought that like just keeps nagging and nagging, and it gets to the point where it's so annoying that you actually have to do something about it in order for it to, kind of take some of its weight off your mind. That's what I want to talk about today, because for me recently that thought has been becoming a content creator, or specifically a YouTuber. Before we move on, let me introduce myself. My name is Aisatu. Welcome to my channel. This will be the first video I'm putting out on this specific channel. Yeah, let's talk about it. Now, why YouTube? Well, if you know anything about me, which you probably don't, you know that I stay on YouTube. Not to sound dramatic, but everything I've learned from YouTube. From like how to do my nails, how to do my hair, how to hang curtains, how to like just even entertainment videos, like dance videos, miniature kitchen videos. Like literally when I sit down to watch something, 95% of the time it's going to be a YouTube video. Through the years of watching YouTube videos, a little thought has always been in the back of my mind, and that thought is just that, like, maybe I could do this too. Like I could make videos about the things that I like to watch, the things that I like to do, and just put it on there and see, if there's people interested in watching it, right? Because some of these channels that you see, they're huge, and they're literally just doing the things that they enjoy to do, and just putting out into the world for other people to watch and for other people to enjoy. So yeah, the thought has always been in the back of my mind that like maybe I can do it too. And as a matter of fact, I already do have a YouTube channel, but we'll talk about it at a different time. This YouTube channel, or this thought that's been in my mind, is for something completely different aside from the channel that I already have. Yeah, so these YouTubers, when I watch their videos, sometimes I'll just think like, wow, like these are just regular people who were brave enough to turn on the camera, record what they were doing, and put it on the internet. So yes, for years I've thought about it. Now, the thing I want to talk about today is what has been stopping me from doing it. And so yeah, in this video I want to talk about it, and I want to talk about why now is the time I've decided to like commit to being a YouTuber with only having what I think like 11 subscribers. This is a channel that I've had since I think like middle school. This is just my regular YouTube channel, or the channel that I use to just go on and watch YouTube videos. So why am I now deciding to become a content creator on here? Let's talk about it. So let's get the discouraging things out of the way first, right? So why not? Why not become a YouTuber? The first reason that always comes up in my mind, and I'm sure a lot of people have this, thought that holds them back as well, and that is, who do I think I am? What do I think I can offer the internet that somebody else who is more successful, who's more engaging, who's prettier, who already has a platform, what do I think I can offer that they aren't already offering, When I go to look for something to watch on YouTube, like a specific topic, if I come across a video that only has, a few views, the channel only has a couple subscribers, I might skip that channel in favor of watching something on a channel that already has hundreds of thousands of subscribers and hundreds of thousands of views, because I just feel like it's a better video, and I'm not the only one that does this. Like, this is just a natural human thing. We do this all the time. This is why, when we go to buy a product, we always look at reviews. If we're about to buy something and it only has 2 reviews, we're probably gonna go for something that already has hundreds of reviews, hundreds of people saying that, like, the thing is good, already rating it really well. A lot of people have already verified that like this thing is a good thing, right? So for YouTube, that translates as views and subscribers. If this video already has a ton of views, this channel already has a ton of subscribers, mentally already like, okay, this is a quality channel. This is a good channel, so I'll watch it. So it's always like, who's gonna watch my channel with only like barely any subscribers and barely any views, right? But that's the first reason why, like, who do I think I am? Now for the second reason, that is that it's very overwhelming when you actually think about it. There's so much you have to learn how to do before you can even start making videos, right? Like how to edit, how to film, do you outsource your editing, what equipment to buy, where do you get music, how do you like prevent being copyrighted, just like like what do you even talk about, right? What do you even talk about? Like there's so much you have to jump through or to educate yourself on that it can just all feel very overwhelming. Like, who has time for that? Gone are the days of when you could just like turn on your little camera, record yourself doing something, funny or cool, be edited a little bit, throw it on the internet, and just sit back and wait, right? Like back in the day, when the internet was like fresh, or when YouTube was fresh, like so many creators blew up just doing very simple things. But we can't really do that anymore. I mean, it works sometimes. It works sometimes for some people, but the market, like the internet is so competitive, there are tons of creators who have really good equipment, like extremely good editing, top tier content, that in order for you to stand out, like you have to actually, teach yourself how to do a few things, edit really well, how to record really good content, how to, just, you have to educate yourself. You can increase your chances of success by doing a little more, and that little more can seem so overwhelming, right? So that's the second reason. It's overwhelming. Now, the third reason why I've been talking myself out of taking content creation seriously is the thought that it's too late. The market is already so saturated. There are so many creators out there with top tier quality content, right? Whatever I want to talk about right now, tons of people have already talked about it, Whatever thing I think is really cool right now and I want to share with the world, there's a channel with hundreds of thousands of subscribers who have already talked about it, right? So it's like, it's already too late for me to put my ideas out there. The fourth reason why I haven't taken content creation seriously, and probably the biggest reason for me personally, is the fear of failure. Now, if you're anything like me, you have a huge fear of failure. Not just any type of failure, right? But failing after you've genuinely given it your best effort. It's one thing not succeeding, knowing there's like more you could have done to succeed, right? Like you can kind of hide behind the fact that like, oh, if I just applied myself more, I could have done better. I could have succeeded. Oh, if I just tried a little harder, I could have done better. Like it hurts. It still hurts, but you can kind of talk yourself out of it. You can kind of, just I could have tried harder. But when you've actually really tried, you've actually given it 110%, you've actually done your best, and you don't succeed, not only is it embarrassing, but it's soul crushing. It's like, damn, like I did my best, but it wasn't good enough. And for me, that's a fate worse than death. So that's one thing that has really stopped me, but I'm trying to get past it. So here we are. So at this point, if you're feeling discouraged and already, like patting yourself on the back, saying, I knew this is exactly why I didn't do it. If you have these thoughts right now, just stick around because I'm going to try to change your mind. Here are the reasons why you should start a YouTube channel like today with no subscribers, okay? Reason number one, there's no one on the internet that's exactly like you. There's no one who can bring a certain thing in the same way that you can bring it, if that makes sense. Like this might not sound encouraging, but it really is encouraging, No matter how many times people talk about a certain topic, no matter how many times, something is brought up, there's no one that's going to talk about it the way you're going to talk about it. There's no one that has your personality, no one that has your same like cadence. Like there's no one else like you, right? So it's worth the time. It's worth the effort. It's worth you putting your own thoughts out there. We all have our favorite YouTubers, right? We all have our favorite actor, well, we're talking about YouTube, so I'll stick to YouTube. We all have our favorite YouTubers, and there's a reason they're our favorite, right? Your favorite YouTuber for a specific niche. There are tons of other YouTubers in that niche. You've probably seen other channels, you've probably come across other videos, but there's a specific reason why this one channel is your favorite, right? And again, it's not like they're talking about anything different from everyone else in their niche, but something about them you just enjoy, whether it's their relatability, the quality of their content, their personality, whatever the reason is. There's a reason why you come back to watch their specific video. So who's to say someone out there isn't gonna prefer to watch you versus somebody else, or you and somebody else, you know? So it's worth the effort to just put it out there and try. The second reason why you should start your YouTube channel, and this is in correlation to the second reason I mentioned earlier as to why you shouldn't, with it being overwhelming, you should because you will learn, right? Like, as overwhelming as it sounds or as it seems, you will pick it up. You know, you just have to start from the basics. It's the same thing when you're about to take on a really big task, right? Or even just back in school, when you have a really big project to do. It was super overwhelming. It's like they assigned a project at the beginning of the semester. It's due at like the end of the semester. So you know it's like a big thing because they're giving you all this time to do it. And me, I was stressed. Every time this happened, I was super stressed. But by the end of the semester, the assignment will be done, you know? You do it little by little. You figure out what you need to do, you know, small, do one thing at a time. Like, you have some sort of system that eventually gets you where you need to be. And it's the same thing with content creation. Like, at first it seems so overwhelming, but you watch little videos here and there, you know, like, how do I make a thumbnail? How do I record? What camera do I buy? How do I edit? Like, you learn how to do it. And one thing I think about often is if this person can do it, then so can I. One of my favorite YouTubers, nail YouTubers, she didn't start her channel until her 50s, right? And her videos are great. She literally has like over 2 million subscribers. She's been doing the nail content creation, and she's over 50, right? And I'm not even saying this to be shady. It's just that, like, our generation with technology is like second nature. A quote that Jenna Fisher shared on the Office Ladies podcast, quote that she shared from her favorite movie is, what one man can do, another can do. And I love that quote because it really just reminds you, like, whatever you want to do, if someone else has done it before, then you can do it too, you know? And it might sound a little like fantastical, it might sound a little cliche, but it's the truth. It's the truth. That's how people motivate themselves to do certain things, because you see somebody who was really inspiring, you know, they inspired you, they did it despite all these circumstances, and it's like, if they can do it, I can do it too. So that's the second reason. Like, as overwhelming as it may seem, you will learn how to do it, and you will be able to, like, put something out there. The third reason why you should do it is that it's never too late. You know, I said earlier that it can feel like it's too late because there's already so many content creators out there, and, you know, like, the ship has already sailed for being a YouTuber or like a professional content creator. Like, that ship is gone, it's full, it's not coming back. But it's not. It really is never too late to do anything, right? And even just looking in our just everyday lives, like, there's constantly new artists coming out, constantly new actors, constantly new things, new people popping up in already established fields, right? Like, just because there's a million YouTubers or content creators doesn't mean you can't be, if that makes sense. As the one saying goes, right? The best time to start something was yesterday. The second best time is today, like right now. So it's really never too late. As much as it can feel like there's just no space, like there's no, yeah, that's the best way for me to describe it, at least for how I feel. Like, it just feels like there's no space for me, right? But as much as it can feel like that, there really is. Like, the world is huge. There's space. So just do it. The fourth reason why you should start your YouTube channel is, like, yes, what if you fail? But what if you actually succeed, right? It's very easy to talk yourself out of it. And I'm saying you, but I'm also referring to me. It's very easy for me to talk myself out of it because it's like, what if I fail? But, you know, now I'm thinking more so like, what if I actually succeed? Like, how differently could my life look? What would that feel like if I actually succeeded? What would that look like, right? So it's worth trying. It's worth trying just to see. The other thing that motivates me too is the fact that every single one of my favorite YouTubers, or every single successful YouTuber out there, started from zero. You know, none of them woke up one day and they had 1 million subscribers. None of them woke up one day, turned on the camera, and they were already professionally editing their videos. You know, every single one of them literally started with 0 subscribers and eventually made their way up. So like that thought alone is just, it's very encouraging, you know? The 5th reason why you should start your YouTube channel today is no one actually cares. That might sound like a bad thing and might sound discouraging, but it really isn't. It's actually very freeing, the fact that nobody actually cares. A thought that usually pops in my mind is that like, oh, like what are my like friends gonna think? My family, my peer, you know? It's kind of like, you know, when somebody, when you see somebody starting to try to be a musician and you're already thinking like, oh, here we go again, like everyone and their grandma's trying to be a musician. So it's like, I don't want to be that person who's trying to be a content creator and it's like, ah, here we go again, like this like everyone and their grandma's trying to be a content creator, right? But ultimately, like nobody actually cares. You know, people might scroll through your video or scroll through your post and then you might pop in their mind for that second like, oh, look at what they're doing, and then they'll scroll past, you know? But they're not gonna ruminate on it. They're not gonna go to sleep thinking, like they don't care because they have their own lives they're worrying about, right? So the thought that that your friends and family, it might be embarrassing to your friends and family, shouldn't stop you, because ultimately they really don't care. And yes, maybe a few people might have a few like snarky bad things to say about you, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. So at this point, how am I and how are we gonna do this, guys? Like, I made a script and everything. Like I really want to give this my best effort and take this seriously, right? So I just want to talk briefly about, you know, how I'm gonna move forward to take being a YouTuber very seriously. One step I took in actually, you know, taking this seriously is actually investing in it, and I did so by actually buying equipment, right? Like what I'm recording on right now is a camera I just got, and you absolutely do not have to do this. I did this for multiple reasons. One, because there's my phone, even though the iPhone has an amazing camera, it's really good actually, and I didn't want to have to buy a camera, but I have like no space. I posted a few reels on my Instagram, and the most recent one that I posted, like I had to delete I had to delete YouTube, delete Instagram, just delete things to make space to record the video, edit it, complete it, delete the videos I recorded, re-download Instagram, post it, and then re-delete Instagram so I could have space to record more videos. Like, look, I'll show you. Even when I go to just take a picture, it shows me this nonsense. So I was like, you know what? It really might be time to just get a camera, you know, and have enough space and not have to like jump through hoops and ladders to actually record the content. The second reason I got a camera is because I want to stop the habit of like setting a condition before I can do something, if that makes sense. Like, I'll give you an example. When I was younger, I always wanted to get my belly button pierced, right? But I always told myself when I got to my goal weight, that's when I'll get my belly button pierced. That's when I'll deserve to get my belly button pierced. I mean, in my mind, I wasn't thinking this then, but looking back, that's probably subconsciously what I was thinking. Like, once I reach this weight, then I'll deserve to get my belly button pierced, right? I mean, back then when I was thinking about it, I was telling myself that like, that's my motivation to get in shape, because when I get in shape, I can get my belly button pierced, right? But looking back on it now, I really think I was just subconsciously thinking that like, once I get to this weight, I'll deserve to get my belly button pierced, right? I don't deserve to get my belly button pierced now because like I'm too big. I don't deserve to, which is completely unhealthy. It's completely wrong. And that was my thought process with getting a camera initially when I was thinking about becoming a content creator, because I was like, you know what, once I get to, let's say 1,000, when I get to 1,000 subscribers, then I'll get a camera, because at that point, like, I'll deserve to, you know, shoot like quality videos on a camera that I actually want, because I actually did want a camera. I did, but I was just like, no. Like, I'm not gonna do it until I actually like reach this amount of subscribers. And I'm trying to get out of that mindset, right? Like, if I want a camera, I can afford to get the camera, and the camera is gonna, you know, even motivate me more to make the type of content that I want. I should just get the camera. So I did. The other thing I'm gonna do to take this seriously is actually have a schedule. You know, I'm gonna do my best to post, let's say, 2 videos a week, right? At the very least, I'll try to get out 2 videos a week. Do that for a few months. Do that for just however long I want to do it. Do it for however long I still have the motivation, however long I still have the desire to do it, right? Lastly, a really important how that I'm gonna do this is by making this video. You know, a lot of times they say like the hardest part of actually doing something is getting started and like actually taking that first step, you know. I, and you too, if you're interested, if you've been interested in content creation, we've probably watched a ton of videos on like how to do it, like the strategies, the reviews of different equipment. Like we've consumed so much content on like how to do it. The only thing that we haven't done yet is like actually do it, right? So by me making this video, by me actually putting it out there, that's my biggest how. You know, I'm just gonna do it. The second part to that is not hiding behind being nonchalant about it, right? Like, I'm actually putting out there that this is something that I want to do. This is something that that I want in my future, and this is something that I want to take seriously. A bad habit of mine is just not putting things out there that I do want to take seriously, because it's like, what if I don't succeed? And then it's, you know, it's embarrassing. So by me putting this out there, I'm kind of letting go of the embarrassment. I'm letting go of the crutch. I'm letting go of all of that, and I'm actually saying that like, yeah, this is something I want to do, and just like putting it out into the universe. A year from now, so a year from this date, what's today's date? Today is Thursday, June 20th, 2024. So on June 20th, 2025, I'm gonna make a 1-year update video, for better or for worse. A year from now, I'm gonna make an update video to see how the process went, you know, what I learned from it. Yeah, just a little update video. Well, I could go on and on about this forever, but I'm not going to, because we can't be here all day. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I want to say thank you for watching. If you want to follow along my journey on becoming a content creator, or more specifically a YouTuber, then hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment. If you yourself are thinking about becoming a YouTuber, or you are already a YouTuber, please leave a comment below so I can check out your channel, or please leave me any advice that you have. Literally any advice I can get, I would appreciate it. And yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video, which should hopefully be within a few days from now. So thanks, bye.